The Lord of the Rings trilogy is the worst trilogy ever made.
The world is changed, and some things that should not have been forgotten were lost. But the Ring of Power has a will of its own.
The Lord of the Rings is about a group of unlikely men and non-men coming together, traveling across the world to their nearest Kay's jewelry to ask for a refund on a gold ring. All while at the same time, other people fight over the ring to ask the true question: does every kiss begin with K, or does it sometimes begin with C? Recently, Warner Brothers released the extended editions of these movies into theaters again, and what's more shocking than the first movie being 25 years old is the fact that people still suck this movie's fat fucking dick. Not only do they suck these movies' dick, they also fondle and swallow their balls in the process. For what reason, I still don't understand after my 93 years of being on this fucking planet. It confuses the shit out of me. Look, just because it's based on a book doesn't mean that it's all that great. No book to movie adaptation has ever worked, or let alone been good, unless we're talking about the masterpiece that is The Cat in the Hat. Before you ask, yes, I am talking about the extended editions overall. Does it matter? No. Let's just hope that this review doesn't turn out nearly as long as those versions of the film.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Starting off with Fellowship of the Cock Ring, this is the beginning of our epic adventure, a great journey, if you will. And this movie already starts off on the wrong note, because the first thing you get is this whole flashback explaining the ring, who Sauron is, and it couldn't be more boring. I don't truly understand why Sauron is a threat to me. He just seems like a pretty misunderstood kind of guy, you know? I mean, I know that evil eye in the sky can really make like him look very menacing, which, I mean, I don't see that, but at the core of it all, he's just a really humble, kind individual who just really likes a Hallmark Christmas movie. Let alone, I don't care about this journey. Why do we need to destroy it? Why can't we just pawn it off? How the fuck is Sauron supposed to wear it now if he's just an eyeball? As for our main characters that we follow on this great journey, Frodo is the most boring character ever. He even looks stupid. He should have wore a wig or something.
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
Now, I will say the hobbits in general are cool in theory, because all they do is party, eat, smoke, and drink. Yet, there's no complexity to Frodo at all. And one thing that a lot of people praise these movies for is how heavy the ring feels. Like, you really feel like it has such a presence. I mean, it's just a fucking ring, dude. There's nothing that cool about it. It's just a gold ring. They could have easily made the weight of the ring affect Frodo way more in the trilogy than just, oh, I gotta wear it so I can be evil. Instead, since the hobbits do like to drink, I think the ring should have given him like this urge and this temptation to just, you know, go out and drink and drive. But no, he just turns invisible and he's like, I need it, I'm gonna be a bad guy because I need it. Samwise Gamgee is just the biggest fucking glazer of all time. Like, dog, chill. It's just Elijah Wood. Like, it's not that serious. Merry and Pippin are absolutely pointless and serve no purpose to these stories. Gimli is just a fucking joke of a character. Legolas is just fucking eye candy for the ladies. Boromir has no real purpose in the story at all, which is why they just kill him off at the end. They do try so hard to make you like Aragorn by making him have relevance to the backstory behind the ring and him being the one true king of Gondor. Personally, I wouldn't have cast Viggo Mortensen in that role. I probably would have replaced him with somebody like, I don't know, Kevin James, and just made him like a Redditor, because like, who gives a fuck about lineage? And quite possibly the worst character of all is none other than fucking Gandalf the Grey. What the fuck is the point of having such a powerful wizard not make him badass and kill him off in such a shitty way?
Fly, you fools! The Two Towers.
I just don't get wasting such a useful character and not bringing him back from the rest of the series. Oh. The Two Towers might be the most offensive film of all time, ever since The Phantom Menace had all its racial stereotypes. First off, the title. Why is it a year after 9/11 you wanted to name the movie based off of the Twin Towers? It's just like, imagine going to see the movie in the theater and then all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, Lord of the Rings. Oh, 9/11. But that's not even the most offensive part. The most offensive part about this movie is the fucking piece of shit Gollum. He is extremely offensive, as he's just a play on a skinny white nerd who probably just does nothing but sit around and talk shit about Lord of the Rings. Not that it's reminding me of anyone in particular. Let's also talk about the character Wormtongue for a second. Not specifically the character, more so everyone else in the movie, because everyone is just fucking stupid. If some pale ass motherfucker's last name is Wormtongue, what makes you think it's a good idea to associate with this son of a bitch? Like, dude's clearly a bad guy. Look at him. Look at him with his musty ass. I also forgot to talk about the other bad guy when talking about Fellowship, or I guess just the entire series overall. But whose fucking idea was it to name Saruman? It's super lazy when it's revealed that Saruman is just a bad guy in Fellowship. Like, no shit, he has the same fucking name as Sauron. I mean, this is literally the same thing as Dragon Ball. Like, they're the same character. Look at their faces. I mean, what about the rest of the movie? Fellowship overall is just stupid. But the question is this movie better than the first one?
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
You have no power here.
If Sauron is defeated, Aragorn made king, all that you have...
Tight across the chest.
Holy shit, is he riding down the stairs on a shield?
Return of the King.
Finally, we get to the end of the journey with Return of the King, and boy oh boy, do they milk the fuck out of it in this movie. Now, I know these movies are notorious, with at least the first two movies having the theatrical release being almost 3 hours, and then the extended editions being around 3.5 hours, give or take. But the theatrical release of this movie is 3.5 hours, with the extended cut being fucking 4.5 hours. Who the fuck has the time to sit down and watch a movie for 4.5 hours? You know what I could do in 4.5 hours? They really try their absolute hardest to make it epic and feel almost nostalgic, especially in the ending. The ending is like 30 minutes long and it refuses to end. And the issue I have isn't that it's several endings, it's that it should have ended back when Peter Jackson was pitching this shit to Warner Brothers. Like, they should have just said, oh, Lord of the Rings? Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here. That's a stupid ass idea. And even when you get to the final battle and Aragorn says,
For Frodo.
I don't give a shit. Frodo can fucking get his fucking finger bit off for all I fucking care. A fucking piece of shit. Oh. Now, one thing I do want to talk about with these movies is how the biggest compliment these movies have is its use of practical effects and CGI. And I know, usually I be on some hater shit, but I'ma still be on that hater shit because I just don't fucking see it. I mean, everything looks fake as fuck. Well, I mean, okay, there's some practical effects that do look pretty real. Like, I'm actually shocked that Andy Serkis is such a method actor that he actually became 4'8", skinny as shit, just to be Gollum. Like, that's crazy. I can't believe they actually got these real ghosts to be in the movie. Like, whose soul did Peter Jackson have to sell to bring back people from the dead? I mean, this shot, I can't believe Orlando Bloom actually fucking swung up on a fucking elephant. But these orcs though? Okay. Now, these motherfuckers, they look fake as fuck. Clearly, that's not a real orc. That's just CGI. And as well, the fact that these movies are all filmed on a real location is insane. Insane as in, why the fuck did they do that? It would have been way more immersive and more cost effective if they just had complete CGI locations. Like, the last thing I want to do if I go to New Zealand is be like, hey, is that the Shire? And now that I think about it, everybody always talks about, oh, it's shot in New Zealand. Yeah? Then how do you explain Mordor looking exactly like Florida? Ain't no other place in the world will you find a giant eye tower in the sky looking over you when you go down OBT at night. In conclusion, the Lord of the Rings movies are a rarity within cinema, where they completely fucked up J.R.R. Tolkien's novels and convinced Hollywood they should never shoot movies like this back to back to back again. And besides those Hobbit movies, you know, I'm just happy that we'll never have to go back to Middle Earth ever again. Son of a fucking bitch!
Nigga, fuck your baby. My daughter? Your daughter, nigga, fuck that bitch.